the capital city of the world's largest economy and the fourth largest country by land area. But surprisingly, it is one of the smallest capital by land area, which sits at about 68.34 square miles or 177 square kilometers. You can literally see the entire capital of the United States when you're flying into DC. The city is named after George Washington, a founding father of the United States and the first president. District of Columbia is the federal district and is named after Columbia, a female personification of the nation. The capital is sandwiched between the states of Maryland and Virginia, and many people who work in DC live in these two states. I have been to DC numerous times and spent 20 months on a project here between 2017 and 2019, so I have seen a lot of the capital and in every season. In this video, I will go over my top 5 places to see in Washington DC as well as an honorable mention. Before we get started, take a second to like the video and subscribe for more travel content from all around the world. Number 1. Museums. The capital is famous for its museums. It is managed by the Smithsonian Institution, which makes it the world's largest museum complex with approximately 155 million artifacts and specimens spread across 19 buildings. The best part is that all the museums are free to enter. My favorite ones are the Air and Space Museum, the Museum of Natural History for the Hope Diamond from India, the Asian Museum, which has a lot of artifacts from India and the rest of Asia. Washington DC also has the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, 3 very important documents for American history, and these are in the National Archives Museum. My recommendation would be to pick 1 or 2 to visit that most interest you. Number 2. Memorials. The capital is filled with memorials that remember the country's past and mostly remembering the sacrifice of its soldiers in wars. The biggest is the World War II Memorial that recognizes the contribution of US in ending it. Right across it is my personal favorite place to see in DC, which is the Lincoln Memorial. The larger-than-life statue of Abraham Lincoln, the man responsible for ending slavery in the United States, sits on an imposing throne-like chair, quietly watching over the nation he helped build. I am always left in awe when my eyes meet that of this great man. There is the Vietnam War Memorial and the Korean War Memorial to the left and right of the Lincoln Memorial. The other 2 noteworthy memorials are the Thomas Jefferson Memorial and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Number 3 on the list is the Washington Monument, which is an obelisk to commemorate George Washington, and it is at the center of the National Mall. It is made of marble, granite, and bluestone genesis, and it is both the world's tallest predominantly stone structure as well as the world's tallest obelisk. It is easiest to spot in the city, and I use it as a reference point when walking around in the city. Coming up at number 4 is the White House and the Capitol. The White House is the official residence and the workplace of the President of the United States. The White House complex consists of the main residence as well as several gardens and is heavily guarded and access restricted. I visited first when Obama was the president. I also went when Trump was the president, and my latest visit, it was Biden sitting in that house. The US Capitol is the meeting place for the United States Congress and the seat of the legislative branch of the US federal government. It is located on Capitol Hill and is also access restricted and heavily guarded. Coming in at number 5 is Georgetown. Georgetown is a charming area with federal-style architecture, cobblestone streets, and fashion and design shops. It is my favorite place to have dinner as it has nice restaurants with live music, especially during summertime. One of my new favorites is Georgetown Cupcakes, which is a very famous bakery that has a variety of cupcakes and coffee flavors to choose from. And here comes the honorable mention. If you have been wanting to go to Japan to see the cherry blossoms but could not, then try to go to the Tidal Basin area in spring instead. The Tidal Basin is a man-made reservoir and is part of the West Potomac Park near the National Mall and is a focal point of the National Cherry Blossom Festival held each spring. There are hundreds of cherry blossom trees in this area and the entire place looks absolutely beautiful. I see cherry blossoms twice while I was in DC. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video and if I didn't include something that you like in DC. The following is a lullaby in Nama, a language spoken 400 years ago in Africa.